Appreciate y'all.
Hi. Do you want to sit on your stools? We want to like powwow together for a minute?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Are we sitting now?
Thank you so much.
Are we sitting now?
Yeah, let's sit down. Let's have a nice little time. Oh, thank you so much.
Just making sure it's sturdy.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have Shinedown here for selfish reasons. I just wanted them to do a private show for me. And you just guys happen to be here. So that's great. Thank you guys for coming to my private show.
That's how we roll. Yeah. Only for you, though.
Only for me.
No one else is going to get that.
We have a lot of great questions, and some I'm already going to ask, so I kind of remove them. But since we're in Las Vegas, I do have to ask.
Sure.
If anyone ever came to you and said, would you do a Vegas residency, would you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You would?
I'll be honest with you, if I'm just being straight up, even with 20 years in the game, I do not know, you'll have to tell me if I'm wrong, I don't know if we're popular enough to do a real Vegas residency, because don't get it twisted. The reason I say that is this, it's not what you, like, it's not easy. You
It's
know
not
this,
easy.
like it's not easy to do a residency. Even if you're in a joint that's like, 2,500, to like do a full-on residency where you're like in the city, you live in the city, and you're doing, let's say what, 4 nights a week, maybe?
No, that's not what Vegas residencies are anymore.
No, okay, I
They're
will
like,
that's
say,
what they
they're like
used to
the
be.
weekends of like.
yeah, I also think that it'd be cool if you guys did like 4 nights in a row was like one album, next album, next album, or
Yeah,
like
there
pick
you
your
go.
top 4
We
albums.
do something. See, we need to hire you on
You're welcome.
as a consultant.
I am a marketing genius.
Yes, but
I will say, I went to the Motley residency and known those guys for a long time, and it made me go, we could do this.
You
Because
think?
and especially at Park MGM, because it's
Yeah.
just perfect size venue.
How many
And
people is that?
5.
It's like 5.
And on the
That's a
week,
lot, man.
but on the weekdays they had it down to 2,500 on the weekdays, and then on the weekends
Yeah, because
they
they
cover
cover
the
the
top. Yeah. So I was literally, it's funny enough, I was standing on stage with John, our security guy, who was also doing Motley Crue at the time, and I was like, looking around, I looked at him, I go, we could do this. We could do a month in Vegas, where we do like 10 shows.
Well,
8 to
Metallica
10
just announced
shows.
they're doing a show where it's like every night is completely different.
They're doing
the
3
Spirit, too. It
weekends.
just went out today.
They're doing 3 weekends, and then every weekend's different. So Friday is different than Sunday. They won't play any of the same songs. They do no repeats.
They used to do this really cool thing. They haven't done it in a long time. They would play the Black Album, but you didn't know if they were going to play it front to back or if they were going to play it back to front.
That's kind of fun.
I actually thought that was
We
pretty
played
dope.
on a bunch of festivals with them in Europe, and they were doing the Black Album at the time. And one night
They'd start with Struggle Within. I was like, you gotta
one
be
night they
kidding me.
started in the middle of it.
You're like, why? Okay.
Yeah.
It really does throw you off though.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a Shinedown like each album in a row.
But that's a cool idea. I hadn't thought about that. Like a residency where like you
'Cause, like, I
get
feel
a
like-
different record each night. That would be dope.
And fans would definitely travel for that because they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
I
think
want to
so.
see that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do 8 Sound of Madness nights, but yeah, that's fine.
Well, I had the honor of following you around, stalking you guys for 3 days last year. And let me just say, Zach is definitely the bougiest in the band. He was wearing a Gucci sweater. So I wanted to defend Brent and say that Zach is bougie.
Well, we were friends. We're friends in real life.
Yeah, Zach gave me a tattoo.
Sorry.
Yeah, by the way, that's,
We were friends
Zach
in real
did
life.
this.
I gave her that tattoo, actually.
Yeah, it looks like, what do we say? It looks like the jazz.
It looks like the Utah Jazz logo.
I'm like, make a musical note. You're a musician, and there's like a little extra line.
Yeah, I didn't say I was a musician. I didn't say I could draw. I've done
Gave you
tattoos
like a
before.
sweet little squiggly.
Yeah, and I asked Brent to do it, and he said, hell no.
Ooh, I ain't touching you. Not like that. He was fine with like marking her forever.
And Brent's like, nah.
Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
I will say one of the things
Would
that
you consider yourself to be bougie?
Yeah.
Are you bougie
I'm wearing
sometimes?
red bottoms right now.
Well, shit. Answer
Real
that.
quick though, hold on. I want to get into this for a second. Sorry, excuse me. Only one of us gets our suitcases carried into a hotel.
He always brings this up.
I'm gonna carry into. I saw him carry his own suitcase into a hotel.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I swear I did.
Because he hasn't in like 5 years.
I swear I did.
So you can make fun of my Gucci sweater all you want. I can carry my own bags.
Hey, can I just make a point though? I haven't had a mortgage since 2016,
Yeah, he doesn't
and
have
I'm
a
not
house.
always on tour. I live in hotels, and I bring my bag in every single time I'm in a hotel. I don't have like a kazar that like just shows up like.
People don't believe us. Brent is homeless.
He's homeless. He
I'm
does not have
not
a.
homeless. I'm home free.
Yeah, but like when he told me he doesn't have a house to go to, I was like, wait, what do you mean? And I kept asking questions, and I feel like everyone does this to you. But honestly, your life is kind of dope.
I don't know if it works for me. My whole thing is that, like, I tried the domestic thing back in 2000 and, like, I guess 10.
That just meant that he owned a house.
I owned a house. Like, okay, I'm gonna own a.
Did you have a car?
He didn't get married.
You have a car?
I had 2 cars.
He had 2 cars.
Yeah, I had 2 cars and a girlfriend.
Now he only, by the way, what you're saying, he has the clothes he has on, he has a full suitcase that's very heavy,
Yeah.
and then he has a cell phone.
That's all.
That is the only thing. He owns things. He owns guitars, but they're at his parents' house. But everything he has on him all the time is in a suitcase and his cell phone. He has nothing else. And people don't believe, my friends
Don't believe you.
me when
I didn't believe him.
They're like, why? And I go, dude, he's weird. I don't know.
I've always just been like I think I'm a true minimalist. So it's just never been, but I didn't necessarily grow up with a lot of things either. So like I didn't really care about like holding on to things or what have you. My
Wow.
parents were like complete opposite of like pack rats. They wanted everything to just be neat, you know, and what have you. But honest to God, like for me personally, it's probably something psychological in me where I just don't
Has to be.
carry baggage.
Has to be. Me, opposite, same thing. Grew up, no money.
But you're like, I'm gonna buy a Gucci sweater.
Why do you keep bringing this shit up?
I don't know.
Stop talking about my sweaters.
By the way, check out the rock feed of his cribs that just came out with his big giant
have that?
house and a bunch of
Yeah,
really
I did
cool
an episode of
things.
Cribs, yeah.
He has how many houses do you have?
Dude. I hate this. Can I say that? I hate this. It's like all
Zach's like, I'm
they're
never coming back.
You're becoming the fan favorite because you're like, oh, he's that's so cute. And everybody's look. How many houses do you have again?
By the way,
how many Gucci sweaters are in all the houses that you have? Tell me about.
How many cars do you have?
I don't have a lot. I have 3 cars. It's not a lot.
In one state.
Me,
In the other state, he's got a whole different bag, whole different things going on.
Do you own a plane?
No, I've got 3 car money. I don't have plane money.
3 car money. He did say this one thing, you know, like I mean, we're off the air here, so we can say that, but like you know, there's FU money. You know, he doesn't have FU money. He has you're in my seat money.
I tell people I have you in my seat. Excuse me, sir, that's my seat. Yeah. Here's the thing. Anyway, my point was, Brent. Stop talking about my houses. My point was, is that I grew up with no money, and like I went the opposite way, where I'm like, I think it's like a mechanical thing where I'm like, I have to collect all the things.
I'm the same way.
I
way.
I love shoes, so I have
A lot.
like 13 or 14 pair of shoes. It's a lot.
That's what I learned on tour. Was
13 or 14 pairs of shoes. What he meant to say is he skipped a couple zeros.
Yeah, he has
has
a trunk
13,
on
maybe
tour.
1,400 pairs of shoes. But there's a reason for that love of shoes that's actually really endearing.
I love when I was growing up. We couldn't afford Jordans, and my grandmother would buy me a pair of Jordans every single year. So I became obsessed, not with shoes and not even for fashion, but I loved Michael Jordan because I thought he was a real life superhero. Like I was like, wow, that's the first real life superhero I ever saw. So that's kind of why I love him. And then 10 years ago, this year, 10 years ago, I got signed to Jordan. And we got to do our very own Shinedown Jordan, which even
Oh,
see
you
the-
are getting
Michelle's
goosebumps.
talking about. So, as a kid who grew up in the ghetto, and I mean that in Memphis, by the way, there's nicer ghettos. I'm just gonna say that. To have that, like, where you like, when you couldn't afford a pair of Jordans, to have your own Jordan is like, there's nothing cooler, and I do mean that in the most humiliative way, because that's not supposed to happen to people like me.
Even though we're making fun of you, you are one of the nicest people ever. He also takes those Jordans and like signs them for kids in the audience.
Yeah.
Like, you are very sweet to
Yeah,
kids.
because you were like, why do you have all these boxes of shoes backstage? I'm like, well, I switch halfway through the show, and I give them to like a little kid in the crowd. So.
Yeah, but he does have a trunk for
Shut
all
up,
his shoes.
Brent.
He does have a trunk for all his shoes. Why Brent only has a suitcase.
Yeah, it's true. And by the way, I
That I
got him
carry
those shoes.
into my hotels with my 2 hands.
No, you don't do that. He
I
doesn't-
will say, Brent, if
he
you could
doesn't do
buy
that.
a house anywhere and it cannot be Tennessee, where would you do it?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But the thing is this, my son turned 18 last year, so he's becoming a young man, and he's definitely on, you know, his path right now, kind of trying to figure out his purpose. And, you know, the good thing about that is I get to tell him all the time, you know what's cool about life, man? There's no secret to it, and if there is, it's just to live it. Your path and your purpose and your journey can change anytime you want it to. So probably more so like wherever he kind of gravitates towards, I would want to be like near him, you know. So I just don't know where that's going to be.
I said it for years. I was like, I thought Lyric was going to go to college originally. By the way, his son has just turned 18. Has been to maybe 6 Shinedown shows in his whole life. My kids have been to
Every show.
60 in the last year. His kid just does it. He loved playing basketball. He's an AAU, literally college scholarship basketball player. And last September, he cold texted me a video of him playing Symptom of Being Human. This kid, I didn't know he liked music. I'm not joking. I didn't know he liked music. And then he got it. I go, what? Where did this come from? He goes, oh, I bought this guitar last week. And he was playing the song as good as I play. And now he FaceTimed me yesterday with this song that he wrote. If we ever get a second guitar player, it'll probably be Brent's son. Because he's like, in a year, he's become one of the best guitar players. I will say, I've never seen a guitar player get that good in a year from never touching a guitar in his entire life.
I was gonna say, Brent is very like driven and go and
Yeah.
everything.
His son
He definitely got that.
Yeah.
And also his son's name is the best name ever. It's Lyric.
Yeah.
Which I think is so cute because.
Well, my name is about as boring as it gets. So my name is Brent Smith. So there's nothing fancy about that.
King of the Caucasian names.
Yeah.
Wait, and Zach's name is really cool because what's your real name?
Michael Myers.
So
In the South, for some
Michael
reason.
Zachary Myers.
Yeah. In the South, for some reason, like in the 80s, no one went by their first name. Like my brother's name is Marcus Jordan Cloud. He was going to be Michael Jordan, but my name was Michael. So Marcus Jordan. All my brothers go by their middle name.
I just think that's a cool. Did they purposely do that to you?
I don't know. I mean, Mike Myers, the SNL actor, and Austin Powers, and all, it wasn't out yet. So I'm guessing it was just some weird sadistic
Thing.
name you after a fake serial killer.
Yeah.
Maybe that's who's haunting your room.
The greatest
tonight.
serial killer, by the way. Let's get it straight.
I said that's who's haunting your room last
Yeah,
night.
dude. What's funny is when I was playing guitar, the light was reflecting off it, and I thought those lights were blinking up there.
You're
I was
like, it's following me.
"Dude, this isn't cool."
By the way, like you've opened the Pandora's box here. So there's the shoes. We'll be here forever if we talk about the guitars. But then the Michael Myers thing goes.
Oh yeah, he has all
even
these.
steps further than you could. Sorry, I just spit on you. Even like steps further that you could not even imagine. So tell them all the wild and wacky stuff with the Halloween movies.
Why?
Because it's amazing.
Because it's
Thing
cool.
about me.
Yeah.
So I love Michael Myers. I've liked Michael Myers since I was a kid, which is probably a fail on my parents' part. So I have a bunch of masks that were made for the movies or worn in the movies. And then when they were filming the very last Halloween movie, I was on the set of the movie before that because my buddy James G. Courtney is the guy in the mask. He plays the mask.
Who's the Shape?
The Shape. He plays Michael Myers. And I was on the set, and David Gordon Green, the director, goes, "We got to get you in the next one." And if you could see the show bumps that I had earlier about the Jordan thing, this my life's goal was to be in a Halloween movie. And then I was like, okay, he's just talking shit, like it's not a real thing. And then they called me like, hey, are you touring at this time? And I'm like, even if I am, it doesn't matter. What are we? Brent's son can play guitar. So I said, what? I go, what? He goes, I think we're gonna kill you in Halloween. And I was like, oh my god. And then I showed up and I read the script and it was like, teenager killed in car, and I was like, well, I'm not passing for that shit. I'm not gonna be a teenager. But also, it was the very beginning of the movie where they were talking about the deaths in the last one, and so it didn't show like Michael Myers actually killing someone. So that wouldn't have been me. Anyway, I played an undercover cop named Joe Grillo. It was my birthday. There's a diner scene in Halloween Ends. If you see it, it's me. I have a shaved face. I look stupid as hell.
But that's pretty cool.
I thought he looked handsome actually.
The coolest
I'm
thing
gonna
ever.
go watch this now.
Apparently, if you watch a David Gordon Green movie, Pineapple Express, any of the Righteous Gemstones, any of that, he doesn't like facial hair. And now that you know that, when you go back, you'll be like, oh shit, he doesn't. No one has a beard.
That's interesting.
There you go.
pay
Anyway,
attention.
please stop talking about me because it makes me very nervous.
Why?
Just get anxiety.
I will say, so one of the things I noticed about you guys when you're touring is, even though we're making fun of the fact that Zach has all this stuff, you guys shake hands with every single person in the hallway. You guys say thank you to the security guards, and you can just see their faces light up. So I have to say, you guys are like the most gracious band ever. You guys are so sweet, and thank you for everything you do and all the thank yous you always give, because it does not go unnoticed. You guys are really fantastic.
Thanks for letting us be ourselves and do what we do.
Those people have to show up and work. If they're responsible for our safety, they're responsible for our fans' safety.
But I'm sure so many people just walk by and never say a word to them, and you guys were like,
those people are dickheads.
Also,
why not? Do you know how easy it is to take 3 seconds to go, hey, thank you, my name's Zach, I'm in Shinedown. Thank you so much for working today. So easy.
We used to have this thing though too, because like it would be difficult. Like
We always offer them drinks.
I'm always bringing them like
Not
Sprites
alcohol.
and sodas and Cliff Bars. It's like, did they feed you today?
yeah, they're very sweet.
When we're done with the security guys at backstage, they have like a buffet of food.
Yeah.
Buy it.
I was like,
Anything?
yeah.
Clams Casino, you good? We got you covered.
Yeah, like whatever's like in the room, I'm just like, hey, I'm the last one out. And they're like, all right, cool. I was like, no, that means you can take everything in there. Go for it, dog.
Which,
No.
by the way, they eat very well. Like, you guys had like a nice buffet spread every time, and I was like, okay.
Well,
Okay. I'm like, they're not eating shit back there. They're like, nice.
And they texted me 3 times in a day. He goes, want to go eat lunch? I go, how many fucking lunches are we eating?
It was so good. It was so
that's
good.
the one thing about tour. Like they'll always tell you about that too. Like the techs and everybody that are out and the bands and all that kind of stuff. It is one of those things where when you go out there, because you're building a city every day and then taking it down, packing it up, and then moving it to another city, putting it back up, take it down, all these things.
The
So like,
carnies.
yeah, basically. But the thing that you don't, the thing that you kind of just forget about is like everybody is like running on fumes sometimes, and you want to make sure that you're taking care of everybody, and you know, days off are like, you know, you got to be really, really specific about that. If you're like, you know, going out, you have to have enough hours and what have you. You don't be showing up at 6 o'clock in the morning with hard hats and rigging. The current show that we have that's coming out this year, that was last year too. What is it? 28,000 pounds in the air, something like that.
A lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of stuff in the air. So you
don't make
can't-
me nervous.
Yeah. You don't be showing up and you had too much the night before, this and that and the other. But the thing is like you learn that over time. You're dealing with on any given day. Like we've got 3 bands on tour, so it's us and then 2, you know, main support, opener, what have you. But on any given day, our main crew out there is 77 people roughly. That's just in our camp. And then you have the other bands, and you have the trucks and the buses and all those kinds of things.
Got
But you're
100
looking,
local crew every day.
and then you have the local crew that comes in. So like,
It's insane.
yeah, we're responsible. You're looking at anywhere between 240 people to 280 people a day that you're responsible for. So you have to be really specific. So the whole thing about the food and the catering and
It's-
stuff like that, you can just have whatever the hell you want out there. It's kind of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, because we want everybody to be happy.
If there's one thing I noticed, it was the fact that you like time freezes. Like nothing else matters around. Like I just felt like we were in our own little like zone.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
I slept for 2 days after I got home because I was so tired. So props to you guys for going.
You
on
came
tours.
out for 2 shows.
I came out for 2 shows and I slept for 2 days. I was so tired.
You're making me tired now. Thinking about it, I'm like, oh man, I can take a nap.
Let's answer a couple questions from the fans and stop talking about Zach stuff.
Yeah, man, I don't.
Zach, if you no, just kidding.
So, question. I hear you got a lot of sunglasses.
One of the questions were asked, if you could put together a supergroup, you cannot pick any of the members of the band, who are you putting in your supergroup from other bands?
He's gonna say our band.
You can't. I said no.
Super, like just of any band.
Yeah, you can go pick a new guitar player from any other band, a new drummer, a new bass
Why
player.
did you start with that? By the way, I don't know if I told you guys.
Someone
We're
made
friends
this
in
question.
real life.
I did not do this.
Like I did. Well, hang on, you're asking.
You
like-
can put together a band of any musicians, living or
Living,
dead.
dead, anything
Okay.
you could pick.
Got it.
Metallica, you could pick Bush, you could pick whoever you want.
Got it, I love
Who's your
this.
guitar player? Who's your drummer? Who's your bass player? You're the singer.
I would do. Well, Elvis could play guitar and could sing and do all these things.
Elvis is your backup.
Hang on. I would do.
You're getting no chicks.
I,
That's a wrap on it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I would. This is what I do. On drums, I do Karen Carpenter. I do Otis Redding and Elvis.
What do you do in this band?
He's a singer.
Oh, I got to be in the band too.
Yeah, you're the singer.
Oh, this is freaking amazing. Hang on.
Oh yeah, let me introduce you to my backup singer, Otis Redding.
Yeah. Karen
The greatest
Carpenter.
singer of all time.
Karen Carpenter on drums, guitar, backup singer, Elvis, just my backup singer, Otis Redding, and then give me the bass guitar,
Okay.
and let's ride.
Okay. Zach,
I'm the second guitar player.
you're the guitar player in the band. Now you get to pick a singer, a bass player, and a drummer.
I'm the second guitar player of U2.
Ooh. He means that too, by the way.
I
That's
do
my
like
band.
you too.
That's my band. I would literally just be the other guitar. I'd be me, the Edge, Bono, Adam and Larry. That's my dream band.
So I just like randomly are going through the questions, so I don't pick favorites. But one says marriage and kids. That's not really a question.
What does that mean? Who wrote that?
Who wrote that?
What's the question?
Marriage plus kids.
Marriage plus kids. That's the question.
Are y'all
the whole
asking Brent
question?
that? Because I want to know the answer.
Yeah, what's the answer?
I have one kid who's now an adult. I got him to adulthood.
He made it.
He sounded shocked, but actually, he made it.
He made it.
No, and again too, like I think one of the reasons why he's so well rounded, I got very, very lucky with my son. Like I never ever put any of this in his atmosphere. So like when I would come home or when I would see him, because me and his mother were never married, but we co-parented pretty well. But like I never brought any of this to him. So like growing up, none of the parents knew who I was. Like I always tried to keep a really, really low profile. So I think that's one of the reasons why he's as well-rounded as he is. But I will tell you this, and it's not because he's my kid. That dude can walk into a room and there could be like a room that's a little bit of hostility or some awkwardness or some, just negative vibes, what have you. If he walks into that room, gone. That kid is nothing but positivity and love and you just want to hang out with him.
He's a good kid. He's also 6'2".
Almost 3.
So not sure if you're his dad.
But as far as the marriage thing and all that, I'm definitely his dad. Don't worry.
They look exactly alike.
I'm about to say I've seen pictures.
They look exactly alike.
I just,
It's too hard.
No. My thing is this, like, if I fall in love with someone, I'll be in love with them, and that should be good enough. You know what I mean? Like, the way that I don't have, like, a lot of the women that are in my life, I do my best to my mother raised a gentleman, so I just try to really, really look at the big picture. I don't necessarily, and by the way, that's nothing against anyone that's married or if you've been
Zach.
married one time or 2 times or whatever. What does that mean?
Welcome to shit on Zach.
No. By the way, his wife is an extraordinary human being, the closest thing to a real life angel on earth.
And
if
his
I'm being
kids
honest.
are the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. They are seriously the cutest things ever.
It looks like I birthed them, but my wife, the third one, I have 3 boys, 9, 7, and 2, and the last one came out. She's like, well, I guess that's a wrap on me. None of them are going to look like me. I was like, yeah, oh, sorry.
Very cute. Very, very cute. Okay, so that was the marriage and kids question.
Yeah.
Or do one more. Do you have
I
any
don't think we answered it.
Well, you did. He has kids. He's married. You have a kid.
I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
I did the kid. I ain't doing the marriage. Go ahead.
Do you have any